Okay, hello and welcome to Your LDM. Tonight we're going to start the new series Hunter's Vigil, which is a series detailing a bunch of scary ass mercenaries who've gone up to the very north of Vladgravia, particularly unpleasant place, very backwards place in a world that's slowly moving forward into the light of technology and reason. Vladgravia has its foot firmly planted in the past. And so the players are going to be playing members of the Huntsman's Guild, which is a old, now pretty much obsolete guild of used to hunt monsters. There aren't any monsters anymore. So now they're kind of mercenaries for hire. And their current objective is to go and claim Hunter's Vigil, an old town on the very, very edge of what is called the Ewigwald, which is a huge eternal forest. Takes weeks to cross, all the way north, goes on forever. So they're going to claim this, hopefully claim this ancient fortress and set up the new branch of the Huntsman's Guild. So I'll get my players to introduce themselves. I'll start on my left. Just introduce yourself briefly. If you have a channel to plug, feel free to plug so. And also just one or two words about your character. So we'll start with Rob, please.
I'm Rob. I don't have a channel to plug, unfortunately. My character is Osram Thalazar. He is a demon hunter, and yeah, he hates evil, not evil things, but like abominations, I guess, to nature, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's me.
Cool. Chris?
I'm Chris. My channel's Drop Dice. Today I will be playing Gideon Kohler, who is an Armiger, which is basically a custom class designed to make the fighter a little bit more tanky. So we'll see how that plays out if I don't get myself mercilessly killed by trying to save a party member or anything.
Sounds good to me. And then we have Philip.
Yeah, I'm Philip. I'm fairly new to D&D, but yeah, I've been in the group for a couple of weeks, and this is my first game. And I do actually have a channel, which is not RPG related, but is gaming related. Shit, I can't hear myself. Hold on. So yeah, if you want to check it out, it's youtube.com Eduardo83, and my character is Anton Derivia, level 3 gun mage. Basically looking to avenge the death of his two partners.
Sounds good to me.
Later, yeah.
So yeah, I've allowed lots of homebrew content in this game, so I think everybody's playing something weird. So we're going to see how it goes. I'm not too familiar with all the mechanics, but I'm sure we'll get there as we go. Paul?
Yes, I'm playing... I forgot the name. Haran Mordero. He is an archer. He does have a bit of a secret. He does cast magic. And he has a special bow that he can shoot magic arrows from it. He doesn't. If someone does know him and he trusts him, he might, they will know he does have magic. But since magic isn't widely known, he doesn't broadcast it all the time.
Cool, sounds good. Simon?
Yeah, my name is Simon. No channel to plug, at least not one I'm actively using for the public. My character is Peter Landgeist. He is fairly connected to the lands, and he tags along and wants to establish this new Hunters Enclave to rid the land of Scourge and monsters, basically.
Cool. Sounds good. So as we're saying, you are indeed members of this Huntsman's Guild, and you have been traveling north for a long time. You have met up with a caravan that you've been traveling through south of Vladgravia with. Whether you're from Vladgravia or not, I'm going to suggest or assume none of you are from this very northern part, which is called Drakenhof. You've been going with the caravan for probably about 2 weeks now, and traveling by train and stuff up as far as the Drakenhof lands. But the Drakenhofs are very traditional, somewhat old school, and they won't have any of this newfangled technology in their lands. So you approach now a cleft between two mountain ranges, known as Dead Man's Pass. There's this gap between the two mountain ranges, probably less than a mile wide. In the center of this is a castle with a huge gate, and there's quite a long queue of petitioners trying to get in. Calm down, dog. Petitioner's trying to get into the Drakenhof lands. So, as you approach the gate, the caravan leader, he does this weird thing. He spits on the ground, he uncrosses his fingers, and then he salutes the gates. He turns to you guys and he says, "That's good luck." You'd be familiar with the fact that Vladgravians, despite the rest of the world having moved forward in terms of both reason and logic, that this is a place of deep superstition. Anyway, the gate looms ahead of you, probably 100 feet tall. And you stand for quite a while in this queue, milling about, waiting to get seen. And after 20, 30 minutes, eventually you get to the top. And these guardsmen, I guess you'd call them, more like bureaucrats. This particularly portly gentleman, short, stout, walks over and he kind of has his nose held high. He looks at the caravan, kind of lifts up some of the things, looks at the goods. He approaches you. You all stand out, obviously, kind of odd-looking characters. And he'll he'll approach our armiger, who seems to be incredibly well armed and dressed, and he'll suggest or put forward your business in Vladgravia, in Drakenhof.
Seeking employment.
Employment, interesting. And what kind of employment would you be seeking here? You appear to be some sort of mercenary.
Yes, there's a story of an old hunters guild to the north. We're looking to see if we can recover it and begin business here. The northern lands are untamed and mercenaries would be needed.
And the rest of you joining him?
Yes.
Aye.
Interesting. Well, I wish you luck. It's if I think I know what you're talking about. It's a deeply unpleasant place. He spits and uncrosses his fingers and salutes the gate. Yes, well, carry on. So through you go. And it's just, you leave this gate behind you, you get a weird sense of unease. The place is just filled with gargoyles, massive statues of monsters and stuff. Kind of unusual, you wouldn't see much of that south of here, but it's almost like there's like a border, and once you hit it, everything just gets a little bit darker, everything gets a little bit more gothic, dramatic. All the trees seem to be much bigger, everything is just large. So you're riding along what is called the Duke's Road now. It's the main road of Drakenhof. Drakenhof is basically a rectangle, basically from one coast to a mountain range that goes all the way up to the woods. And right through the middle runs this road, and that's where you're going. It's relatively busy. But most people, you notice, don't look in the direction of the caravan. As you ride through the land, most of the peasants, they tend to stick to their work. They tend to just keep their heads down. Most of them don't even look in the direction of the caravan. What people you pass on the road tend to keep their heads down as well, avoiding your gaze whenever possible.
Could I determine what the reason is that they try to avoid us? Are they nervous? Are they angry? Frightful?
Sure, you can give me either insight or history, whichever you prefer.
I think since I want to know what those are about, I think I'll go for the insight here.
Okay.
Nope. 6.
You think they're probably just working really hard, and that they've been told to work very hard and not to stray from that idea. So you continue ever northward. The weather increasingly bad. At first rain and then snow will start to hit you. So depending on where you're from, this is probably quite unpleasant. The rain is unpleasant no matter where you're from. Snow might be a bit of a novelty for you. Eventually you leave the caravan behind. You get to a town, and they turn into the town. You obviously are not. You're going all the way north. And it's about 4 days after you leave the caravan behind that you hear the rumble of thunder on the wind. And you see these thick, fat drops of rain begin to fall. And you know that staying out here in the rain will be not just unpleasant, but probably dangerous with the weather that's coming. You see this massive embankment of storm clouds coming in your direction. Now, according to the maps you've got, you're another 6 hours from Hunter's Vigil. And there's also a village about an hour from here, and you can see from where you're standing that there's also a castle looming just very ominously up on a hill, sort of a crag. This castle with these large, thin turrets on top. So what would you like to do? Press on?
Well, I say I'm going to the castle. That's it.
Looks like the place.
Yeah, castle looks good.
Okay, so you make your way towards the castle. It's probably about a half an hour on your horses, and yeah, the rain gets really, really bad. It's smashing against your armor. You get this sort of nice, sort of tinkling, almost musical sound as it smashes against your armor. And eventually you ride up this kind of zigzaggy path, quite steep, eventually getting to the portcullis of this castle. And you see there's one particular guard standing outside, absolutely soaked, looking none too pleased. Yes?
Should I talk to him? Perhaps.
Yeah, you can if you like.
With a look in the sky, I address the guard and say, "My friend, can we seek refuge?"
Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't care. So he opens this big, huge door, swings it open inwards, into this courtyard. He leads you through. Hands you off to another guard. This one's slightly better dressed, slightly better shaven. Says, "Who will I introduce you as if you're going to meet the Lord?"
Should we like?
I'm gonna look
You need
around.
to announce
Does
you.
anybody like scream of nobility amongst us?
Nope.
Is it?
I'm fairly good with words, but no, nobility, not so much. Well, you can introduce us as the Fabulous Five. We come from the south and search for adventure and a job.
Okay, if you say so. So he ushers you in, and you come into this this large, long sort of hall, I guess, of a room. These big, moldy portraits hanging. All these men, all of them bald, all of them burly. Each one uglier than the last. Each one looking more stern than the last. There's this huge fireplace at the end of the room, and this chair with this enormous, like 15-foot back on it, facing towards the fire. And the guy comes in and he says, "My lord, presenting the Fabulous Five, seeking adventure and a job." And so you see this gentleman stand up from the chair, poke his head around. "Yes, well, come sit. I assume it's pissing rain again. Come sit by the fire."
I bow deep and follow the invitation.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take up that invitation.
I'll follow.
I'm just gonna keep in the back and observe.
Yeah, so the fire feels good. You've been walking in the rain for quite some time now, and it's nice to get yourself a little bit of warmth. So the man you see before you looks exactly like every single portrait around here. Big, burly, wearing some sort of fur, looks like a dressing gown almost, bald, wearing an eye patch, and he's reading this ridiculous book, this huge, like 3-foot book. It's laid out in front of this little table in front of him. The Fabulous Five. Interesting. Interesting. What brings you to Drakenhof?
Business.
Business. Of course, yes. What kind of business?
We seek the old Hunter's Tower.
Hunter's Vigil.
Yes.
Yes.
That's interesting. Why on earth would you want to go there? It's a shithole.
Maybe we love shitholes.
I don't like your tone, whoever you
Work
are.
for mercenaries has become quite hard in the Southlands.
So it would seem if you're coming all the way up here to go to Hunter's fucking Vigil. Interesting. Well, I suppose I could tell you. You know it's abandoned. There's nobody there.
That is why we seek it.
I mean, no one good. It's not that far from here. It's within my... It's within my province. You intend to claim this place? You'll be my subjects, you're aware?
Or you will be ours.
So he takes this long drag from his pipe, blows smoke in your direction. He says, "Excuse me."
I just turn away.
Ignore him. He's the moody kind.
So he puts a hand in your direction, Peter, and he stands up. You, what did you say to me?
That
You speak to me in such a tone in my hall, in my castle.
Relax. We were just testing your temper.
You see this vein pop out in his forehead. Relax, you say to me.
Sit down and let's keep talking, please. Sir.
You will apologize to me immediately for the way you have spoken to me, or we will have combat, sir.
Can I just talk to the others first?
So he turns to the rest of you, and just stunned at this situation. You bring this urchin without a single shred of manners into my hall. What is the meaning of this?
Sir, I'm sorry. As I said, he's the moody type, and apparently not the brightest as well. Let me escort him outside.
Yeah, get him out of my sight.
Okay, I'm gonna smoke a pipe.
Yeah, I would stand up, grab him by the shoulder, and kind of push him forward to the exit door.
No need to push.
We'll call after. Guard, make sure this fucker sits outside. So they escort you all the way outside out in front of the front gate, and they leave you there. Close the door.
Yeah, Gideon's just gonna stay quiet and like clean his armor by the fireplace and just say nothing. Because the longer he can stay out of the rain, the better.
When Anton and I are outside, I turn to him and ask him, like, "Are you mad? You realize that you've brought us another night in the rain?"
Oh, are you talking to me? Sorry.
Sorry, is it Philip or Anton?
Yeah.
Anton.
Anton.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone. I need to be alone.
All right, have it your way.
Can I do an insight check on the Lord? I forgot his name.
Yeah, what are you trying to ascertain exactly?
Trying to figure out what kind of person he is, like see if better way to appeal to him. And
Right, okay. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, +4. Oh, wait, no. Where's the... Oh, dice ring. I've never used this before. So let's see. 13 plus 4, so 17.
Okay, so you figure that what you know about this part of Vladgravia and the way this guy's acted so far is that you get the feeling that the lords here rule from on high in a major way. They expect subservience, and the fact that he's been so familiar with you is probably unusual already. And then to be pushed by some whelp in his hall, threatening to take his lordship away, is not a good call.
Well, I am 39.
Sort of quick thing. So we know of each other, so we're from like the same group. And,
Yeah, you all work for the same guild, basically.
Okay, and so we were sent here to basically recover the hunters.
Yeah, to reclaim
Vigil?
this old fort, basically, on the edge of this huge forest.
Okay, so um, I apologize for my associate. He sometimes speaks before he thinks. Let me introduce myself. My name is Haran Mordero, and might I ask your name so I know how to address you?
Finally, some manners, yes. Lord Helmshroth is my name.
Yes. Sorry. Quick thing. I was wondering if. So we work for the group, but what are we like for local lore? Like, so we're a mercenary group.
I mean, in grand terms, it's a guild, but realistically,
Yeah.
it's a mercenary
Okay.
group. You know.
And then how? I'm just wondering our normal relationship with lords. Like, I guess we usually work within the law because
Yeah.
we want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Okay. So yes, we would like to set up to reclaim the keep, and we would like to work within your grace and your laws to help in whatever way that we can.
See, that is how you approach this situation. Much more appropriate. Yes, I think that can be allowed. It would actually be extremely helpful. Banditry is common in this area, and I am just one man. It would be most useful if you were to set up there. Now, of course, you would uh, pay homage to me. You would pay a tithe to me, of course. Any profits that you would gather, I would receive 1/10 of, as is proper.
Yes, that's a reasonable amount. Also, whatever work we may do for you might also be subject to basically you'd be paying us to do some work as well. So we will work. We'll work within that arrangement. I'm certain my associates will agree with that.
Good, good. Good, well, then let me tell you. Take a seat. He clicks his fingers. Drinks! And immediately this terrified-looking servant boy comes in with this decanter, clear liquid, and a bunch of small glasses. And he begins to shakily pour them out. And he says, well then, to a new partnership. And he drains his little glass in one. Looking to you guys to do the same.
I give it a little sniff and a little taste. Is it strong stuff?
Shockingly so, yeah.
Oh boy. All right, I'll take a chance. I'm not good at it, and I'll put it back.
Yeah, no need to be rude. I'm just gonna drink it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it back too.
So anyone who knocked it back, I'd just like you to do a con check to see how manly you are about the situation.
Oh boy, I think I'm going down. Con check.
Big.
Oh, that's right. I'm trained in it, so I got a +1.
Big fat 10.
Okay. All right. So, Rob, your character takes this, and then it hits you, and you and you recover relatively quickly, but you definitely somewhat embarrass yourself.
4.
Better than I expected.
I got a 4.
4. Wonderful. Okay. So you I'm assuming that you, Paul, have taken a shot of alcohol before in your life. When you have done so, if you've taken a particularly harsh one, you start to swallow a lot, and you get this sort of feeling in your throat as if you might throw up, but you're managing to hold it back from now. Gideon manages to wolf it down and doesn't even wince. But for now, Paul, you're having a little bit of difficulty with it. he seems to grin at that, and he takes in your reactions. Yes, well, that's pretty much all you have to keep you warm up here.
Forgot to describe it. He is a little on the small side. Doesn't look. He's not bulky in any sense. He's a little toned, wiry kind of guy, and he looks like he couldn't handle his liquor, and that's true.
Yeah.
Um,
Now that Gideon is stripping down armor, you see that he's not a very big man to begin with.
right.
Like
Okay.
it's mostly armor bulk.
And I enter back, and I see people drinking, and
You're not getting back in, my friend.
not yet. Okay.
No, the guard is outside looking at you very angrily.
Damn.
If you want to talk to the guard about it, maybe he can see about letting you in, but you basically insulted this guy pretty heavily.
Wow. Okay. I'm still gonna smoke for now.
Okay.
While the party inside is rising, I would kneel down, take a little bit of the dirt that is on the ground, taste it, and get a better feel for the surrounding. What's the nature of this place?
Okay. Yeah. So using your divine sense, you get the no impression of any sort of anything unnatural in the area. Anyway, nothing tickles your spidey sense, so to speak. So this guy goes off into stories. Basically, he's talking about the glory days of when he and his companions would ride out in glorious cavalry charges, and he just laments the fact that now it's all fucking guns, and any coward can hold a gun and point it, and there's no strength of arms anymore. There's no honor in fighting anymore, and he just goes off in this rant, pretty much for most of the evening. He occasionally will talk or mention something that seems a little off to you, like mentions of occasionally he'll mention a scientist, or like he mixes the term scientist and wizard a lot. Like he's not sure which it actually is. He mixes them a lot. But generally he just talks about how he used to just wreck people's faces, and now he feels old, and now it's all guns, and it's pretty sad. Are you intending to stay the night?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he asking, or are we just verifying that out of character?
I'm just verifying. Like it's up to you. If you guys want to leave, he would extend the offer for you guys to stay the night since it's lashing rain.
If you let me back in, sure.
I try to smooth things over and say, you know what? He spoke out of turn. We'll keep him under check, and I apologize for his attitude.
Very well. He can come back in, but if he gives me any more lip, I'll kill him myself. It doesn't seem like an idle threat. He kind of rolls his shoulders. He's a big guy. I mean, he's old. He's probably in his 60s, but you feel like he probably packed a punch. But yeah, he'll let you back in, and he'll extend an offer of a shot towards you, Anton, in reparations for the situation.
Actually, what I find funny, he made a comment about guns and stuff, and isn't he a gun mage?
Yeah. But okay, I have it in my sheath.
Right, yeah.
The gun has. So
holster.
Obvious. It's not very obvious. Holster, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no worries.
Can I do a perception check for the drink? Because I'm kind of hard to trust.
What do you mean? Like check out the drink?
Yeah. If I see if it's...
Sure. Let's say investigate rather than perception.
Investigate, okay. I've never used these dice, so it's D20, right?
So it's just a D20, and then you add if you have investigate, okay, you add that number.
Okay. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It seems to be excellent quality, if extremely potent vodka.
I just down it right.
Okay. Hit me up with a constitution check to see how you take it.
So I have to press 1 every time I want to roll. Okay. 5 and +2. 5 + 2.
Okay, so not great. You're not throwing up, but you're close. You definitely cough, and he gets this little smirk on his face, like he's pretty pleased about that. But yeah, you guys spend the rest of the night drinking, telling tales, and again, he just rambles a lot. He'd ask you about your exploits, and I'm sure you would mention such. And then the next morning, relatively early, he would ask you guys to get the hell out.
Hmm. Should we get
Um,
a job from him? Or
sorry?
Possible.
should we get some kind of job from him? Or
Well, I mean, currently your job is to go get this place. For
right?
now, he wants you to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's still not looking still. It's grim.
Sorry, you've gone staticky there. Didn't catch that.
Can we repeat that, Simon? No, Peter. Okay.
All right, so if you guys are going to go the next morning, it's cleared up a little bit. The ground is obviously muddy and awful. It'll take you about 6 hours to get there. After a hearty breakfast, you guys will make your way towards Hunter's Vigil. So, what kind of marching order you got? The road is long and wide as well. You could walk all side by side, or you could walk in an order if you so choose.
I'm okay with being towards the front,
Me as well, yeah.
but I would prefer somebody who's a little bit more perceptive up front with me.
I was actually thinking about running kind of like a flank position, a little off to the side from everyone else, to at least make sure nothing comes from the side.
Right, so
Makes-
you're on a road, so like you got view of everywhere around you.
Oh, we're not in like.
At the moment,
Okay, I thought we were more in like a forested area. Never mind.
So we approach from the open side towards the Hunter's Vigil, not from the forest side.
yeah, exactly from the open side. The forest side is wilderness pretty much.
I can come out front. I'm perceptive.
Cool.
I'll be in the
Um, All right, so you guys ride, and as you go, again, you occasionally will walk past travelers, peasants, and stuff, and none of them ever look in your direction. They all keep their heads down. They probably assume that you're nobility by the fact that you're riding horses, and so they all keep their heads down. Nobody seems to look in your way. And again, every time you pass like a little village or a farm or something, no one says anything. Everyone keeps their heads down. It does strike you as odd, not the experience you had in the south of this country. But that seemingly is how it is. So another 2 hours in, you're walking, and it begins to get foresty. The sides of the road go from shrubbery to trees to thick forest on either side of you now. So now, if you wanted to, Rob, you could wander through the forest if that's your wish.
Yeah, not like super far, like 20, 30 yards in, just so we could see a little further into it than walking on the road.
Okay.
We'll be in sight of everyone though.
So you keep going, and you see this group of peasants walk by. There's 6 of them. Can somebody give me, or actually all of you, give me a perception check?
Now that I know how to do that.
That was a bit of a wry grin there, Chris.
Yeah, it's not good. A 4.
Okay.
Ouch!
14.
I got a 4.
Okay.
So everybody does it?
Yeah. Please.
That would be 20.
Okay. So Anton, then you notice as these guys are walking by that one of them looks at you. It strikes you as odd since no one else has so far. Just one of them. There's 6 of them walking, but one of them kind of just sideways glance in your direction and then keeps walking.
I choose to kind of focus on him and see where he's going and perhaps even follow him. I don't
Okay,
know.
so you're all on horses. You're going this way. They're going the other direction. So
Right.
as they pass you, basically, you notice that he's looking at you guys while the rest of them keep their heads down. And it's just noticeable because no one else has looked at you basically the whole time.
Do the others notice that now too? Or?
No, unless you tell them no.
Okay. Can I signal somehow or?
Possibly.
Yeah. Can I? I'm gonna tap the closest person next to me. Who would that be?
That's up to you.
Okay. Maybe I don't see the names. Just a sec.
I guess not Rob since he's kind of off to the side, but any of the other 3.
Not Haran? Okay.
Not Rob.
Okay, so Haran. I'm gonna tap
Yeah.
Haran. Just
Okay.
very subtly, point with my head towards the guy. Yeah.
Sorry, my dog is distracting me. What about this guy?
Oh, nothing. He's gone. No, I'm kidding.
Like, did I notice
He was
anything?
here. Yeah, he was the only one looking back at us, and he's passing us by, and I just tapped you on the shoulder and gave you a slight head signal to, have a look at him yourself.
All right, I'll glance over.
Sure.
Are you trying to hide yourself? Are you on the horse in the forest? Sorry, Rob. Are you in the forest, or are you just off to the side?
I don't know exactly when it like really becomes heavily forested, but
Uh-huh.
I'm far enough off the road that like they can still see me and I can see them, but I can see further into the forest if that means it wouldn't be. But still on my horse because I got to keep up with them.
Okay, sure. What is your armor class?
My AC is a 13.
Okay. Whew. So all of you now suddenly hear gunshots, and 2 bullets thud into your shoulder, Rob, from the forest. What does that? For 16 points of damage, as these 2 bullets just out of nowhere, slap, slap, and you can see these huge plumes of smoke in the forest. The guys who have been walking behind you now turn around and they all whip out pistols and kind of point them in your direction. And they say, "That's far enough!"
Did you say 16 or 6?
16.
Damn. Okay. I'm probably gonna fall off my horse after that because that shit hurt.
Yeah, they both rolled really well. So yeah, these guys behind you now, they all pull out pistols and kind of shakily point them in your direction, and one of them says, "That's far enough."
Far enough for what? We're not here to kill you.
We'll have your money.
Oh, no, you won't.
Yes, we will. Pointing a gun.
And I take out my gun.
Okay, if you go to take a gun, we'll go into initiative because they'll definitely shoot.
Everybody okay with that?
You did it.
You did it.
I was gonna say, if he says no, you won't, starts reaching for something, can I use my bonus action before we go into initiative to open up my shield?
Yes.
Okay, so like Gideon will do this practice move where he kind of rotates over his wrist, and the shield kind of like irises out from his arm.
Okay.
13.
Practical
for me.
shield armor quality I'm using.
Question. Since you said we are in the forest, would we even be still on horseback, or would we just lead it by the reins?
So you guys are still on the road. The road goes through the forest. You're all still on the road.
Got
The road's
it.
probably like 40 feet wide.
Okay. No, I was just checking how foresty it was, because at some
Okay.
point it's not really like beneficial to ride
Right.
anymore, right?
Yeah.
So what do I roll for initiative?
You just roll a d20 and you add your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm sitting on a 20.
The 11.
11. Okay. And it's a 20, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you're first.
Is there anyone? Were the people that shot me on the road, or there more people?
They were in the woods.
Okay.
You can see now where the plumes of smoke are coming from. You can see them now. There's 2 of them by the tree.
How far away from me are they?
Probably like 40 foot.
I am, and our gun mage hasn't started shooting back yet.
Not yet.
No.
Alright. I am actually going to scramble my way back onto the road
Okay.
and back to the party. I'm going to pull out my... I don't actually know that we're shooting back right now, so I'm just going to pull out my hand crossbow, and that's going to be it for me for right now.
Okay.
Can I ready an action if we do start shooting to take a shot?
Sure. No problem. Yeah. Gideon.
Okay. Yeah, I've already gotten the high sign that things are about to go bad, so yeah, I'm gonna wheel the horse around and go ahead and start attacking. So as Gideon wheels the horses around, he pulls his rapier. And I was looking for mounted combat because I haven't used it in a while. Here we go. You have advantage if you're attacking somebody that's on foot when you're mounted, don't you?
I couldn't tell you offhand.
Anything lower than you, or
Yeah, I think you
anything
do.
on like a lower elevation.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it that way.
So I'll go ahead and move into attack. Let's see. 21 to hit.
Yep, absolutely.
And 5 points of damage. That's piercing.
All right, so I guess thundering. Whoosh. Okay, Paul, you're up.
All right. So how far away are these guys?
They're probably not that far behind you. I'm going to say let's go with 40 feet.
And there's just 2 of them?
There's 6 of them on the road.
Oh, there's 6 of them.
Yeah, there's 2 of them in the woods.
Yeah, that's the ones that Gideon charged into.
Okay, well, in that case, so has anyone actually, aside from the initial shot, has anyone else attacked yet?
Yeah, Gideon charged forward on the horse and took a swing with his rapier.
Well, if that's the case, I pull out my bow and I shoot it with an eldritch arrow.
Okay.
Thinking, class was a little weird reading, but I think it'll be. I think since I'm shooting with the bow, I guess it is. I don't know. Would it be a charisma attack? Well, you know what? It doesn't really matter. They're the same number, so I'm just gonna. Did I just roll a 3?
You did. Yep.
Okay. Well, because of the wording of it, I read that because I'm using a weapon, I can. So it's my. It's basically a hand crossbow I pulled out. So I get an extra attack, even though it was a spell. It was It's considered an arrow, so I get a free attack, a bonus attack.
Okay.
Oh, good. That's
better.
more than enough. And that would just be regular damage. 9 with the real arrow.
Okay, and it's from a crossbow or a bow?
It's a hand crossbow essentially. Okay. It's just a large ornate one, but it's
cool.
Mechanically. Oh, but it does. It does D8. Sorry, that was wrong. That was wrong because I used the. Sorry, I forgot to write that in. It's a D6.
Okay, so just roll a D6 instead.
Okay, so it's exactly the same.
Okay, perfect. No hassle. All right, so you turn around in the seat of your horse in the saddle, fire a shot with your hand crossbow, catches one on the shoulder. He doesn't seem to enjoy it. And then it's the guys on the road, the bandits. So they're holding their pistols. The one who is now right next to Gideon has dropped his pistol in fear, not expecting this at all. They were kind of assuming that you guys would just be like, oh, sorry, okay, have our money. So he's pretty terrified of the situation. He drops his pistol on the ground from the attack, and he just whips out this sort of curved blade and takes a swing at Gideon. He misses that one. He recovers his momentum and tries to hit again, and that's going to hit, and it's going to do... Actually, what's the AC? It's not crazy high, is it? I assume it's like less than 23.
It's 21.
Whew, that's crazy high. Okay,
when he goes to attack me, though, it's about to become 23 because I'm going to use Defensive Duelist.
Okay. Yeah.
So I use my reaction to bump up my my armor class.
Okay, so he goes for this first swing, misses, recovers with a much better swing, swings upward, and you just effortlessly parry it with your sword, not to pierce your armor. Then the next guy will fire back at you, Paul, since you shot an arrow at him. He's going to try and shoot you with his pistol, and it misfires. And nothing happens. He just looks in dismay at his gun and fumbles with it, trying to reload. The next guy is going to try and take a shot in your direction as well, and he misses. So that's 3 of them. Right. The next 2 are going to fire. And you have 1d20, that's good. Next 2 are going to fire in the direction of Peter. And okay, that's 1 hit, thankfully. Unless your armor class is also crazy high, Peter. No, okay. So that's going to be 6 points of piercing damage. The bullet smacks you in the shoulder. And then this final gentleman will take a shot for Philip and miss. Good, good bandits, good work. The 2 in the forest are going to rush out and try and finish off the demon hunter. And both miss. Okay.
Because people started shooting with my ready to action proc.
Go ahead.
So that's going to be a d20 plus 5. Roll it. 25 to hit.
Oh, yes.
So that's going to be a d6. So that's 6 damage to one of the ones coming off the road, or coming back onto the road from the forest.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so these guys seem in total disarray. They weren't expecting any sort of resistance, and now they're it revealed to be a shit show as they all basically try and shoot and miss horribly. Okay, so then it'll be Peter, your turn. Peter.
The one who hit me, was he of the 2 that are in the forest or of the 6 that are behind us?
On the road, yeah.
On the road, okay. The 2 in the forest, are they very far away, and how thick is the forest where they are right now?
They're not too far away, and they've actually moved closer to the edge of the road to take a shot at the demon hunter there.
Okay, so unsheathing the sword from the back of my horse, big long sword, I look back and see that the situation looks somewhat under control, and under the pain and the grit of my teeth I say, "Imbeciles! Attacking hunters of the Vigil!" And I charge at the 2 guys who are attacking my friend, basically, and swing my sword from horseback and try to chop one head right off. Let's see what happens here. 20 against AC?
Yep. You have advantage, yeah, when you're attacking.
Okay, still 20. 9
Okay.
was the second roll, so.
Cool.
Okay, so 20 and for 8 points of damage.
Okay. Do you want to hit the guy
10 points of damage, my bad. 10
Okay.
points.
Would you like to hit the guy that Rob hit previously, or do you want to attack the other one?
No, sure, I go for the injured one.
Okay. Yeah, you behead him. Go ahead and describe.
Okay, so I'm in full gallop right now, and I swing my sword with like both hands, like trying to stand on the horse with just the muscle power from my legs, basically, and swing it, and using the speed of the horse to just behead him. Then I try to turn around and get an extra swing because of Great Weapon Master against the other one, trying to backhand him as I run past both of them. Just for 13 AC this time, though.
Okay, that's going to miss.
Okay.
So the first one's head just lops off, and the other one is just panicked and ducks, and you just barely... you cut off a couple of his hairs, but he manages to avoid. Anton.
Right. I'm gonna focus on the panicked one, and I'm gonna, draw my... what is it again? Just a sec.
Gun?
It is, well, there's a name. A pistol.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm, pointing my pistol at him, and I think I'm gonna use the arcane accuracy, which allows me to add +1 to the hit and 1d6 extra damage. So.
Okie doke.
So, right, just a sec. So this is 7 for the gun, +1 is 8.
You roll d20 to hit.
All right, sorry. Okay, 11.
You should have proficiency as well.
All right.
So if it's a ranged weapon, you should add your dexterity modifier and your proficiency modifier.
Okay, so 2 and 2 plus 10.
That's 15 total.
15, okay.
Okay, 15 will hit.
Good. And so should I roll again or yeah?
So now you roll your damage, which I think for a pistol is D8, and you said plus a D6, right? So
Yeah. So 3 and 8.
okay, and then plus your dexterity modifier, you said was 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so 13 total. Wow, nice shot. Okay. Yeah, so you whip out this. What does it look like? I mean, I assume it's a pistol, but I'm assuming it's somewhat arcane looking.
Kind of. Well, it's mahogany pistol, basically wooden pistol, and it doesn't really look that arcane or magical, except it has this, subtle glow, purple hue. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you smash this guy in the stomach. He falls to his knees. He seems to be alive, but just barely. He coughs up a big bout of blood, and then it's back to the top with our demon hunter.
I'm actually going to go ahead and. Is there anybody close to me on the road?
Yeah, I figured you had gotten back to the pack.
Okay, cool. I am going to go ahead and drop my hand crossbow and pull out my rapier and dagger, and take a stab at whoever's closest to me.
Okay.
Um,
You'll have to move to get to them, but yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna move up to him. Just somebody that's within 5 feet of someone else.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm gonna take a stab first with the rapier at him. That's gonna be a 14 to hit.
He's going to jump slightly out of the way.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stab at him again with my dagger, and that's gonna be even less. It's gonna be a 12 to hit.
Okay, he's a slippery snake, and he's managing to jump out of the way, dodge and weave as you attempt to stab at him, unfortunately. Gideon.
Well, I also have my lunge attack, which lets me, as long as there's another enemy within 5 foot of the person I'm attacking, I can move up to 5 feet and attack them again.
Oh, cool. Okay.
For a d6 of damage. So as he's like jumping and conniving away, I'm going to quickly lunge at the guy standing next to him with a 22 to hit.
Yep, that's a hit.
And that's going to be a d6 of damage to him, so he takes 3.
Okay. Yeah, so he's not expecting it. You're kind of focusing on this other guy, and then a sudden slash in this guy's direction catches him in the cheek. Okay, Gideon.
Yeah, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to continue to lash out at this guy in front of me. 17 to hit.
Yep.
6 points piercing.
Okie doke. Yeah, so you lash out, whoosh, quick stab and retract, and you've left a bit of a hole in this guy's left arm. Okay, so then pull.
All right. Yes, I'm going to try to hit him again with an Eldritch Arrow. I think that should hit.
Yep.
21.
Yep.
Okay, that's right. No, I don't have the ability mod, so that's just straight up 8 damage with the first shot.
Okay, that's going to kill that guy.
Okay. So a nice arcane bolt shoots out of the arrow where there was of the bow and hits him, and now I'll attack another guy. 17.
That's a hit.
Oh, 4 damage with a real arrow.
Okay, very nice. So then it's the bandits again. Now, having lost quite a few boys, the one in the forest who is kneeling on the ground, bleeding, he just starts to stumble backwards and is trying to run away from the fight. However, he's standing right next to Peter, so you'll get an attack of opportunity as he tries to run away.
Okay, can I choose to make it blunt, so non-lethal? If I can?
You can, Yeah, if you like.
Yeah, then I'll try to hit him basically with the flat side of the sword in the back of the head as he's trying to run away from a horse.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's not thinking straight.
do I
He's
still have
terrified.
advantage?
Yes, he's still on the ground.
Then it's for 24 AC for
Oh, yeah.
13 damage total.
Yeah, he is knocked the fuck out.
Okay.
Alright, so you pang, it's like a frying pan hitting the back of this guy's head, and he just thumps face down into the dirt. So the remaining guys on the road, most of their pistols need to be reloaded. These guys do not have nice fancy pistols, they have flintlocks. Really, really old school firearms, black powder stuff. And so they've basically all dropped them and whipped out swords. So two of them are going to rush towards our Demon Hunter since he's standing amongst them. And ooh, one hit for 6 points of damage there. And then the other two are going to rush towards Gideon and bounce harmlessly against his impenetrable armor. They're just swinging these clumsy sort of curved swords at you, and you're just effortlessly batting them aside. Your armor proof against even their most desperate attempts. So then, Peter, you're next.
I'm actually down. Do you want me to roll the death save real quick?
You're down. It's on your turn. You roll
Okay.
it.
Okay, seeing that he has fallen and I am free of enemies right now since the fool tried to run away, how far away is he from me?
You can get to him easily.
Okay, then I would ride up to him. As I'm riding up to him, I just unbrace my I don't know the English word for it, where you put your shoes on the horseback
The stirrups.
in the
Yeah.
saddle. I don't know. Yeah, okay. And I unbuckle basically and just let myself fall next to him, slide to him, and then do a lay on hands to stabilize him.
Okay.
For like 5 hit points. Just
Sure.
to,
Okay.
yeah, I guess that's my turn.
Okay. Perfect. Anton.
So how many do we have left?
4.
4. Okay. Well, I'm gonna aim at one of them. Perhaps the one that I'm kind of facing already. For ease.
Yeah.
And yeah, nothing special. Just point with my pistol and shoot at him. Sounds magic or anything. So that would be.
Yeah, that should hit.
Okay. And yeah. 1.
Okay.
Plus, right? Dexterity.
Yeah, so 3, right? Okay.
3 plus proficiency.
You don't have proficiency damage, just a hit.
Ah, right. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of a grazing shot. You're going to whip through his side a little bit. It's going to cut him, but it's not going to penetrate. Okay, Rob, you're up again.
So they hit me. I kind of like staggered to the ground, but thanks to our paladin, I stood right back up. And I am. Is there anybody standing near me, or do I got to move a little bit?
No, they're right on top of you, pretty much.
Okay. As I'm standing up, I'm going to try and take a stab at the guy who downed me with my rapier.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 22 to hit.
Yep.
That'll be 12 damage.
Okay. Wow. Kill him.
Or sorry, 10 damage. My bad.
Okay, then not quite.
Okay. And then I'm going to take a stab at him with my dagger as well. And that's going to be another 22 to hit. Jeez.
Yep, that's a
He's
hit.
my favorite number. And that's going to be a D4. That's going to be 7 points.
Okay, yeah, he's down.
So as I stand up, I stab him through the thigh with the rapier to kind of keep him in place. I'm assuming it's the same guy who was jumping around and dodged me last time.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to, continuing to stand up, just kind of shove my dagger up under his jaw. And then as I do that, I pull it out, and I'm going to do my lunge attack if there's somebody within 5 feet of him.
Yep, there is.
And I'm going to lunge at him and completely miss. Still a little wobbly from getting the piss kicked out of me.
Okay. Gideon.
Yeah, if if they haven't broke by now, Gideon's just gonna like stab again at this guy, and he's gonna be like, you know, you could leave and with your life if you just turn tail now. To kind of drive the point home.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they're at breaking point at this stage.
But are we not supposed to be capturing them and dealing with them?
Weren't hired for it.
Oh, okay.
20 to hit.
Yep.
That's gonna be 5 more piercing.
Okay. Yeah, so another quick slash deals with another. Paul?
How many are left?
There's 3 left.
I'm going to cast Prestidigitation. Make it seem I'm an impressive spellcaster when I'm not really. And I tell them to drop their weapons and run, or they will die.
Okay, are you like booming your voice or something?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm making it, sparks of magic and stuff with nice impressive display.
Okay. So on their turn, they're going to try and run away. You, which will be Rob and Chris, you'll both get opportunity attacks if you so wish. And actually, so will Peter. But they're they throw their swords down and they're running.
Nah, I let them go.
I'm gonna kill him. So there's 16 to hit.
Yep.
That's gonna be for 8 damage.
Okay. And what about Peter? Do you want to make an attack or?
I'm good. I'm in the mud.
Okay. All right. So they just start running into the forest as fast as they can, seemingly crying, just terrified of what happened. They did not expect it to go that way. If you want to give chase, you absolutely can, but otherwise they're just going to run away.
I stand up and go over to the one I knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Point him out to the rest of the group. Here, I got one. He should be still alive. The fool he is.
While other people are dealing with that, I'm actually going to take a second to go pick up my hand crossbow.
Yep.
How many are dead?
You killed. So 3 got away, and there was 8. So you've got 5 dead.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna.
So 4 dead, 1 unconscious.
I guess I'm looting the bodies, seeing what they have on them.
Sure, yeah. It's garbage. They've got some flintlock pistols, and each of them has this like curved sort of shoddy quality blade. They're just wearing clothes. They're wearing like padded leather and stuff like that, but it's of substandard quality anyway. In terms of coinage and stuff, they have a pittance. You probably get a total like 6 gold pieces.
Woohoo! We can split this. I'll hold on. I'll buy you guys around later. I won't drink, but I'll buy you guys around.
We have a person in the group that uses a gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toss him the bullets.
Oh,
but I can create them, so it's fine.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Yep. It's fine.
It's free ammunition as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you insist, I'll pack
I mean,
it up.
the rest of you can use flintlocks, but I mean, they're one shot, and then it's a round to reload. Basically, a hand crossbow does a D8.
I'll stick to my javelins. Thank you.
I have a question. Do I get to reload between encounters?
Yeah.
Or yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so I'm
just
reloading.
you just keep track of how many shots you take.
Yeah.
If you can, but yeah, you didn't take 6, so you're fine. Yeah, so as I said, not much there to loot really. You get the impression that these guys were just desperate bandits. It doesn't seem to be much of a professional sort of outfit or anything like that.
Okay, so other than the guys who are rage looting and reloading, who's interested in the unconscious guy?
I'll come help talk to him.
All right. So we both would like probably touch him, approach him. He's knocked out right now, so I would just take him as on his hairs and kind of like pull him up. So he's like the arched back, looking into. What's your character called, Bob?
My character's name is Osran.
Well, make him basically look into Osram and make sure that he's waking up here.
Mm-hmm. Sure. He wakes up. Don't kill me!
Why shouldn't we?
I'm sorry.
That's not a particularly good reason not to kill you.
I will like hyperextend his belly, so his back is like nearly breaking as he is not really cooperating right now.
What do you want?
Where are your friends now?
They seem to have left me.
Well, you have a home. They have a home, don't they?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Are there more of you than just these pitiful band that you guys were?
Did you kill everyone?
I turn his head to look at the 4 dead that lie in the dirt. We let some go. We're not unreasonable.
Oh my God. You see tears welling up in his eyes. We shouldn't have messed with you. I'm sorry. Please let me live.
Then answer our question. Where are your friends now? Where do you hail from?
Oh, well, I mean, we're from a village. It's not far. But there's lots of innocent people there. Don't kill them.
No, I don't intend to. How about this? We will re-establish the Hunter's Vigil, and you will give us information for your life in the future.
Hunter's Vigil? The old castle?
Yes, indeed.
There's ghosts there.
Well, you weren't much of a problem. I don't expect the ghost to be anything else.
Okay.
I let my eyes glow and I said, "We're not scared of ghosts."
He goes, "Ah!" Screams, terrified. Are you a witch? What's happening here?
Do you really want to find out?
No!
I would
Please let me go.
I just whisper into his ear, wrong place, wrong person. Would I know now where he comes from when he told me like he's from the village and stuff?
Like yeah, you saw on the map there's a village nearby that you were going to go to in the storm.
Okay.
It's most likely that one.
Okay. Now, Worm, we will see each other again. Go back to your village, and as I just lift him up on his hairs, I also spend another 5 points to heal his wounds a little bit, so he actually make it home.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so he kind of straightens up a little bit. And he's like, "Thank you for this. I'm a changed man. I swear, I'll never rob again."
I hope so. Otherwise, we'll meet again.
I'll let my eyes glow and say, "Yes. Just remember, I'm watching you."
So he makes this sort of weird sort of gesture, and then kisses an amulet, and then says, "Can I go?"
Wait, what is that amulet?
It's just so he holds it up. It looks like a religious amulet. It's a symbol of an eye.
Okay. Do we know what the eye represents? Which deity?
Yeah, it's like common knowledge. There's two gods in Vladgravia. There's the Watcher and the Lover, and this would be the Watcher.
Is it golden or?
No, it's like iron, pewter, something like that.
Okay. You may go.
Thank you. And he turns and just fucking sprints. Doesn't look back.
Should we shoot him in the back?
Why?
My character's thinking about it.
Well, let's let him spread the word that the 5, I forget what?
What'd you call us? Yeah.
Fabulous 5.
Fabulous 5.
Let him spread the word. We need fear to control the peasants.
All right,
Well,
perfect.
not the peasants, but at least the troublemakers.
Okay. We need them shaking in their boots.
I just
Okay.
make the remark. I don't think he had boots.
Yeah. Oh, what's your character's name? I can't see it.
Peter?
What's your character's name? Peter? Is it
Mine-
Peter?
mine's Peter. Yeah,
All right.
mine
Okay.
is
Oh,
different.
Peter. You never understood metaphors, did you?
Anything else?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So heading back to the road with your horses, you continue, and it's evening time by the time you approach Hunter's Vigil itself. Finally, after all this time, you can see it kind of poking through the fog and the gloom. There's this large stone building up on a hill, definitely a castle, kind of compact but very tall. It seems to be the style here, rather than the kind of sprawling, thick-walled settlements you would have seen in the south and in the countries you're from. The castles here tend to be perched on top of mountaintops or something similar and very kind of compact but tall. Um, the night is definitely dark, and the rain is kind of pitter-pattering, mostly fog. And as you ride into the town, you notice it's very quiet, no people around really. And at the center, there's this large statue, kind of bronze turned green, some kind of warrior with a bow strung and aimed, but the head is totally missing, like it's been removed or sliced off. And it's, yeah, you would have gotten a rest in between, short rest. And as you approach into the town itself, you can hear some shouting up ahead. Sounds like a bunch of people shouting, and looking closer, you can actually see the glow of torches around the corner behind this large building.
Should we check it out, fellas?
Agreed.
Okay, so turning around the corner, you see kind of a weird sight. There's this mob, probably about 30 people, literally armed with pitchforks and torches, and they're kind of, and you can see that backed up against one of these buildings is this bizarre creature, probably twice as tall as a man, and it looks like it's been stitched together. And it's hiding its face away. It seems to be crying, howling with fear. And in front of this creature is this small, sort of old, elderly gentleman, and he's trying to hold the crowd back. And he's like, "Please, no, please! It's innocent. It's done nothing wrong."
I'm going to use the girth.
Do we know what kind of
crowd.
creature it is?
Sorry, everyone talked at once there. Go ahead, Chris, first.
I'm going to use the girth of the horse to part the crowd and make my way to the front.
Okay. Yeah, initially people are like, "What the hell? What was it?" And then they see this basically heavily armored man on a horse, and they're kind of like, "Oh, okay," and step to the side, and you're able to part the crowd. What were you going to say, Rob?
I was just going to ask if I would recognize what kind of creature it was, or if anybody else would.
You have like a codex of creatures, right?
I don't have a codex so much, but I've spent a good amount of time studying like these kind of creatures. That's why I was asking.
Okay. I don't know if you would know what it is. You could. What kind of check would that be? Let's call it nature, I guess,
Okay.
or arcana, whichever one.
I'll go with Arcana.
Okay.
Because that's much higher. Die, that's a D20, plus that's a 9. I don't think I do.
Okay. You get the impression that it's a creature of science rather than magic.
Okay.
Are you using your sense, Simon?
Yeah, so I would follow Gideon in Gideon's wake when he parts the people, and my eyes would just light up a little bit. I'm not trying to make it like noticeable to the to other people, but just a small glint. And yes, I would activate and then would see like fiends, celestials around it, and are within 60 feet.
Okay. It doesn't light up as any of those.
And no one else as well?
No.
All right.
Yeah, so this man sees you coming and he says, "Oh, can you help me, please? They're trying to kill my creation."
I step in. I park the people a bit with the horse, and I say, "Go home. We are better suited to take care of this. Everything will be fine. We're here to protect you."
Who the hell are you? Where'd you come from? This is our town.
We're
Can I
the.
use my deception, maybe? I know.
How do you mean? What are you trying to say?
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Okay.
Do we see Worm, the guy we let go?
No, you don't.
We come from Lord Helmsford's castle. Do you wish to stand against us now?
A bunch of the people who had been kind of quite vocal kind of mumble and grumble and step away. But this creature is not natural. It's some sort of abomination. He's brought it here.
Ah,
That is
okay.
why we will take care of it. We are trained for this sort of thing. Now go. We
Can
don't
I
want you to get hurt.
can I try to convince them that we are here actually to handle that problem? That we were sent by some far away authority or something like that?
Sure, yeah. You can call it deception if you like.
Sure. Just a sec. So that's 20.
Okay, so a bunch of them are like, okay, well that does sound. I guess that sounds right. Okay, so a bunch of them kind of grumble, and eventually, with the bunch of you talking, kind of convincing them, they kind of step away and move towards their houses. But you see, once they get into their houses, everyone's looking at the window, at the situation. So you can see this creature. It's really, really tall. It's got kind of stitch marks all over it. It doesn't seem to be aggressive at all. It's kind of, now that the fire is gone, unless you guys are carrying torches too, it is dark, so I guess you would be. It's kind of definitely afraid. It seems to be quite afraid. And the man in front says, "Thank you so much. These people, ignorant. They don't understand."
I want to say, what is this beast you have here?
It's not a beast. It's not a beast. It's a creation that I've created. Look at it. Created life.
Potato, potato. What is it?
It's life. I've breathed life into nothing. From nothing, I've created life. Look at it.
Ignoring
Can I do an
him.
insight check?
Ignoring him, I would also, while they argue with him, I would approaches, and then when I see it is afraid of fire, I would just like extinguish it in the mud, or the water is still on the ground, and see how it reacts on me. But I'm not blinking. I'm looking very intently at it.
Yeah. It definitely seems nervous, and it kind of brings its hands down. And you can see like that within this kind of hideous appearance, the eyes do seem to be intelligent.
So can I do an insight check?
Sure. What are you trying to determine?
Determine their if they are truthful in what they're saying. I want to see if they mean any harm, or they're just
Okay.
sort of thing. 14.
Okay. This guy definitely genuinely believes that he's created something wonderful, something beautiful, and that the people here are ignorant and were hunting him for no reason other than their superstition.
Yes, people of this area are indeed a bit superstitious and ignorant of ways of the world.
I brought him here. I brought him so he could help them, work for them. He never tires. He's incredible. He's a work of art. He could chop wood for them all day long, and he wouldn't be tired. I thought they would be grateful, but instead they chase us with fire and pitchforks. Fucking savages.
So, what is your name again?
My name is, well, and you see him kind of him and hawing as well. It's Doctor. I go by Doctor.
You don't have a first name?
Doctor Who?
You can call me Dr. Schneider.
Right. Well met, Dr. Snyder. My name is Haran, and perhaps we could come to an arrangement.
Yes, I'm listening. Certainly, you've definitely helped me a lot.
Now, I'm just wondering, we're at the Hunters Vigil.
You're in the village of Hunter's Vigil. So under the shadow of the actual castle, there's kind of a village that's spread up.
Okay, and can I tell from, I guess maybe not from this distance, what state it's in? Like it's probably not in the best of conditions.
Yeah, I mean, if you can determine from here that it definitely looks kind of old and run down. It's not in terrible shape. All the walls seem to be there, but there's no torches lit or anything like that. It does seem to be kind of abandoned.
Because what I proposition, if we are going to be occupying the castle here, and perhaps we might be able to. We might need some help in getting it in order and helping to also educate the people that your creation is indeed a good and just creation.
Well, I mean, that sounds... And then somebody opens a window and shouts, "No! No! We won't have this thing living in our village! It's a monster!
Question.
You take care of it!"
Where we come from, are we as superstitious as the folks where they're here? Would we be cool with such a thing?
I mean, cool with it is probably exaggerating. You would definitely be unnerved. It doesn't look natural. It's kind of uncanny, you know. It's like almost human, but not quite. It's kind of this weird. It looks like an animated corpse, but it's not. But it is, but it's not. You know, it's kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, okay, but we're not as like strictly superstitious as the folk are here, so a little bit
Not
more
necessarily. Yeah, and it's up to you how superstitious you are. You know, it's up to you.
Well, you're traveling with a gun mage, so.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're definitely much more familiar with science in general and the steps that are being taken and the progress. You know.
Can I grill him a little bit about how exactly he made this thing? Like, did he actually reanimate a corpse, or like what exactly is this?
So he'll kind of scratch his head and he'll say, "Well, you wouldn't really understand. I mean, I could sit here and explain to you the scientific principles involved, but it's probably way over your head. No offense, of course, sir. I don't mean any offense, but it's probably a little bit beyond your understanding, you see."
I'm gonna tell him I'm looking for a justification not to call this thing a crime against nature and kill it. So humor me and explain it.
So he kind of takes a step back. Crime against nature? No, it's extremely complicated. It's flesh, dead flesh. Volunteers, bodies volunteered, people who volunteered their bodies to science in the southern lands, transported here to me. I'm a well-known doctor. You haven't heard of me? I do experiments on grafts, things of that nature, and it's very hard to explain it to you.
A knowledge history to see if
Sure.
maybe his name comes up.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 13.
Okay. So what you do know is that you have seen before a newspaper heading that it's like mad scientist, gravedigger. These are the words that come to your memory. Electrocution, body snatcher, that kind of thing.
Okay. I'm gonna remain quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask him if the people volunteered for this specifically, knowing what he was trying to do.
Specifically, I mean, that's not how it works. You donate your body to science.
I walk up to the creature, and I look him in the eye, and I said, "Can you speak?
Yes.
What is your name?"
I don't have one.
But what would you like to be called?
Um, he looks towards the scientist. Doctor? The scientist kind of chuckles.
We'll call you Percy. Is that okay?
Percy?
The Frank was taken?
I never really thought about having a name.
You remind me of a Percy that I knew. He's dead.
Okay. Yes.
I put out my hand. Hello, Percy. I am Haran.
Oh. Hello, Haran. I am Percy. And that's it. A huge grin comes across his face. It's actually very off-putting because his mouth is very wide and it's filled with rows of flat teeth. But you can tell it's meant in a nice way, but it's like... and he reaches out this enormous hand, easily twice the size of yours, and wraps it around yours, clammy, sort of cold skin.
Nice to meet you.
You are the first people who have not tried to kill me.
Well, we haven't been paid for it yet.
Kill it! Don't touch it! People shouting from windows.
Percy, I think we should get up to the tower.
Yes. Is father coming?
Doctor, will you escort us?
Yes, of course. And he's kind of confused. He's a little bit all over the place. He's okay. Yeah, sure. And he starts leading you up to the castle. And that's probably where we'll leave it for today.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you managed not to kill the first monster you encountered, which I'm really pleased with.
I was thinking about it.
I figured the demon hunter would immediately attack, but
Yeah, I
glad
was
that you didn't.
going to, but like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I'm metagaming, but like I respect the idea that it's a party game too much. I really
Right.
want to though. I want to kill it, but everyone else seemed to like it, so I was like, I guess I won't.
Yeah, me as well. I was like, I'm a paladin. Like, when
like,
you guys said like this thing is undead, I was just like, okay, not anymore.
Well, if we mass produce it, then we can we can have it guard Hunter's Vigil.
Yeah.
I think it's possible.
As soon as that thing fucks up once, I'm stabbing it. I'm just saying that right now. Like, let it fuck up.
That's pretty much where I'm at too.
Right.
Yeah, I was just like,
we
okay,
get
it's not
paid well
undead.
enough to kill it, or it messes up. That's kind of my two options.
My thing is the doctor, whether or not he did something wrong, maybe he did steal bodies. It's a life to me, and I can't. And it seems like it's a good person creature thing. So
Yeah.
I'm all about the being nice and all that to a point. Like if I give someone the benefit of the doubt and give them a chance to prove themselves. Like that.
Since I rolled for history too, and I rolled like really crappy, so that's why I didn't go for the background knowledge about the Dr. Schneider guy.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have known like grave robbery and stuff like that, maybe. But anyway, good for Mr. Frankenstein's monster, right?
Yeah. Cool. Well, I had fun, guys. I hope you had fun as well.
Definitely.
Just go down the line. I think it's just one channel, which is of course Drop Dice. Chris here, also involved in Point of Inspiration. Check out their stuff. We're actually using the fairy tale stuff that they've created as an option in this. So
I was about to bring that up. We're going to be re-releasing that book, and we may include some extras inside there. Basically, we're doing an only cover art version. Just because we decided to make some changes and do some updating, so that was kind of provided an easy way for us to do it.
Cool, perfect.
We're also looking at possibly doing some Kickstarters in the future, so keep an eye out for that.
yeah, definitely keep an eye out for Point of Inspiration. Check out the OSG One Shot Group Tabletop RPG One Shot group on Facebook. If you're not a member, definitely join us where all these games get made. So thanks to all my players, and thanks for watching.
Can I just ask you something? Like, if you make the third, part 3, can you invite us kind of first or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Get preference or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Totally.
All right. Thanks.
All
That
right.
was fun.
Yeah.